All right. No voice, the answer. Okay. Smooth vocal. Curve out the top end. Bring up the Tristan mumbles. And vocal enhancer male. No. Oh, bring that up. Okay, we're good. Q. All right, now we get to the actual editing. Now that the filters have been applied through Adobe Premiere. Okay. Okay. I'm doing peachy egg coffee this morning. Ready to get this knocked out. Because I am heading out of town tomorrow. Don't have time to do this after today. Unless I want the episode to be a week late. What we got going on? Alright. Let's bump that by about 6. A little bit more. Let's see here. 3. Nope. A little bit more. There we go. Okay, noise reduction. Let's do 5. Just to make sure this is nice and scrubbed, because anyone who listens with earphones is going to hear every last fan. I need to find a sample of me talking to get my computer fan out of the file.
All right, you guys forgot a topic.
I'm looking forward to the adventures.
There. Oops. Anyone who's currently watching the stream, can you tell me if the fan got quieter? The computer fan. I'm messing around with a filter to suppress the fan. Seems a bit quieter. All right. I'm still not happy with that. Do that again. Filters, noise gate. see if that is good or bad that I just did. Seems good. It's just that people are slamming doors outside my office. Hey, seems good. What I need to do is set it to where it doesn't take much to, yeah, that should be a good setting right there. Oh, we're almost done. Perfect, okay. Okay. Let's do a spitfish. Get rid of S's again. Okay. Amplify. Should probably save. Yeah, I think my noise gate is a bit too low. Put it up to about there. Oh, save. Episode 152. We didn't do bad on time. I think that'll come out to about 24 minutes. This de-esser is to take the edge off of any Skype distortion or vocal cord distortion. For example, my voice occasionally will do a clip of some kind where it spikes randomly. It's just a vocal cord thing. So this pass is specifically the high frequencies. Get rid of distortion from loud sounds. Or just overall take the edge off of our voices, smooth things out. You may notice it is now 0.427 quieter than it had been. And this is the part where I go new peak amplitude is -1. Really all it did was take a lot of the peaks off. Sort of rounded everything out. At this point we truncate silence. My preset is detect silence 0.3, action 0.15. That should saw off a good minute or two. Should go down about 26 or 25, around there. Whoa, 4 minutes, nice. There were some issues. My internet at home has gotten so bad that I'm on a 2-second delay through Skype, and that causes situations where I'm waiting to see if I can talk and they're waiting for me to talk. All right, so here's where we find the beginning of the episode.
We did to stop.
That's a way to get it. After you're fine. All right, so once
Take stuff in the round.
all right, so once Tristan finishes.
Yeah, all they hear is typing.
All right, so topics are in. All right, we ready?
Yep. Triptychs, non-DNDA stuff in the round. Not really. It's not the round table. It's from the community summit.
What is this? That's not good. Get rid of that. I don't remember if I did this or not, so I'm doing it again. I have the memory of a goldfish. We know anyone in chat currently. And if you are a podcaster, if you do audio editing, if you're here to learn the process, because I can walk you through the process as well as doing it. Like I can tell you what steps have been taken before I even got on this computer today to make the process easier. I can tell you what I've done up to this point. I can explain it to you. Just let me know. Maybe you're just like looking for an interesting Twitch stream and thought that a bearded guy standing in front of a computer was a good idea.
Not really.
Ugh. My fan on my computer at home is so loud. How loud was it? I kid you not, most of the process is staring at this right here. Adding these numbers together compulsively to see if it ever changes. And then you can say, they added seconds to it. Oh, it's gone down. No, it's gone back up. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I am compulsive with numbers. It's probably what makes me a good musician. Oh, we're at 9. We were 8, we're at 9. 10, 11, 11. I've been misled. Okay, that's actually better.
Not really.
What did that do to my peaks? Oh, I don't know how that happened, but let's boost it. It was suddenly quieter. Probably means there's parts where I was talking to the fan was loud.
Not really. It's not the round table. It's from the community. And we and she started
Added.
Is it?
because I'm involved.
I mean, I just didn't know.
For my
You know, what the? All right, sure.
hype.
Very interesting, alright.
Do you want to?
Sure.
'Cause I don't care.
Welcome to
There we go. First, we're going to control L. Boom. That gives me a little bit of a buffer. And delete. What's that put us at? Sweet. Now we get to the ending.
Good time being caboose together.
Here's the goodbye.
Goodbye.
Then we get the silence.
Alex.
Joseph.
So there was a caboose cosplayer. Did you see him at RTX? See him at RTX? RTX? RTX?
No, I did.
RTX?
No, I did not, because I don't know. There's a lot of people in armor. A lot of people in armor, and I
I
was
was a friend of Matt V's.
Oh,
And he did this thing.
oh,
He did this thing where he put his helmet on and did a spot on caboose impression.
that's too bad. That's too bad. I wish I would have seen that, because I would have enjoyed
Yeah, all I
that.
could think about was Alex would have a good time being caboose together. He and Alex would have a good time being caboose together.
Are you my lost brother?
Okay, Suki Kiba.
AKA Chaos. AKA Chaos Black 21. AKA Chaos Black 21.
I'm Malachi, aka Suki Kiba.
And I'm Joseph.
Yeah. Yay. Yeah.
And I'm Malachi. Or no.
I'm Malachi.
Man. Woo.
Or no.
I'm Malachi.
Yeah.
I'm Malachi.
Did they not redo that?
Hey.
Off to a great start.
Hey. The gang's all here.
Okay.
Hey. Yeah.
They didn't tell me that I'm Malachi lined up with me talking.
I'm Malachi.
Okay. That's what we're using.
I'm Malachi, aka Suki Kiba.
It's over, aka.
Aka Suki Kiba.
Guys, I'm so tilted right now.
Okay,
What?
case.
They didn't tell me that's what he was talking over. Okay, let's try plan B.
Chaos Black.
I'm Malachi.
What?
In front of 21.
I said it.
It came at the end. It did.
There was like this long pause on 21. 21.
Then that was a internet thing that for some reason broke up. Broke up Chaos Black and 21.
Could I just get a fresh take of those two?
Chaos Black 21.
Yeah.
And I need and I'm Malachi. Or no.
I'm Malachi.
Yay!
Editing magic.
Yes, it is very nice. Pristine interior. I feel
Yes, this is in fact cheating. Just so you know.
I'm annual.
God.
The oops.
Those of you watching, what is your podcast and where can I find it? If it's on Twitch, I will definitely follow the channel.
So the
I think it's a great creative outlet, and I love finding new Twitch channels that aren't popular necessarily to follow. I auto host several of my friends on a regular basis, and most of them have fewer than 20 followers. How many did I have? It was like 5.
okay.
That's a breath.
They've heard our
Okay. Boom.
and fix it.
You guys get to hear the nightmare that is editing through bad Skype.
And continue to do.
But first, we get rid of clicks and breaths and smacks. Doesn't make for good audio, a good listening experience.
Okay. Okay. The president.
Oh yeah, this is the part where I couldn't remember something.
I'm currently Googling. There he is. Moved to Austin. What's his name again? And the new president of Rooster Teeth that came from full screen and has recently moved to Austin. What's his name? I'm creating
His name is Fish.
President Teeth, who I believe was formerly of full screen and recently moved to Austin to be full time at Rooster Teeth. Ezra moved to Austin. Ezra Cooperstein is solely, just wholly dedicated.
No, I'm not really listening to this. Unless there's something I remember I should just go ahead and fix.
that
I'm just looking for things I can get rid of to clean up the overall audio. So then I don't have to do it later when I'm doing a listening pass. Now I want to point out, most successful podcasts don't do this. They sit in front of a microphone, they talk for a little bit, for 2 hours usually, and then they upload, because personality trumps everything in podcasting. And by personality, I mean whether or not you're famous.
so guys,
We focus on just giving good content as best we can. And just seeing if people care what we have to say. We're doing it for 3 years. But some episodes are smooth and some are, well, we know we can clean this up in editing.
The focus
It's because we're still, you know, even though we're a 3-year-old podcast, we're still finding our voice, trying to figure out how to stay relevant.
is
When you remove a breath in a small space like that, don't eliminate the, don't delete the breath when it's dovetailed by talking.
that's
Instead, Control L to turn it into silence, then delete like 75% of it. Note here, when someone's thinking about what to say, you can turn it into an easy train of thought by doing this. What is that? Yep. Okay. Moving on.
With
Now, I want to point out, reiterate rather, most of our episodes don't require this. But sometimes we're tired. We're just going to record a quick thing with some very, very specific topics or pieces of information we want to convey. So we're more concerned with having the sound bites ready for editing. I'm sure it's not unlike that for any non-local news that you'll see. I'm sure the Philip DeFranco show is similar in that respect, that he just sort of tries what works for an hour and then they edit it down. What is that? Is that an I think it's an
yeah.
Oh, I said yeah. There we go.
I
I've had to edit a little bit more this summer because for some reason, I think it's just because kids are out of school this summer.
that
My internet has slowed down significantly at home. So when we record, I'm at a 2-second or so delay. And not only that, but my voice distorts a bit, it gets cut off. So I've had to make a bigger effort to edit this summer with the free time I don't have to connect everything and delete any moments where we're clearly not recording anymore, we're just sort of coordinating who's going to talk. Well, I guess we're recording, we're not podcasting.
in the past.
Yep, there we go. Boom. Wasn't sure if that was a t sound or if that was just a thump. Had to check it. That's a T sound.
But
Yep. What is that?
and Chelsea.
Yep. Okay.
And Gus seems to be kind of active. And Gus.
I want to teach you guys something. Those of you who are here, you get to learn something. Hear that?
And Gus.
When we say G sounds or D sounds or P sounds, usually it's G. We tend to... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello? Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Okay, bye. Okay, when we say G sounds, primarily, and there's a few other sounds that happen in the front of the mouth, we tend to make a sound in the back of our throat before that sound. So give this a listen.
And Gus. Wow.
I got distracted there. That was a moment where, on my 2-second delay, it didn't matter when I tried to talk, someone else was going to start talking, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Paralympics, side quest, and group chat. But group. And through the course of that,
you get to learn how to fix Skype audio when someone has bad internet like mine. It's not as easy as it seems. There is occasionally a clipping issue. And if that happens in this episode, you get to learn how to fix it.
Or, you know, an app. Because you guys know me. I've gotten lazy with my editing.
That's Tristan. He whispers because we can hear him in our headphones, and he doesn't realize what it sounds like when I'm editing.
Redacted.
He doesn't realize it's barely audible in the final product. Oops, that's not what I meant to type.
Redacted.
Redacted. Redacted.
See, there's the...
Redacted.
There, that's better.
So that's the news with big bites.
All right. You guys forgot a topic.
I'm looking forward to the adventures that... so that's the news with big bites.
All right. You guys forgot a topic.
I'm looking forward to the adventures that... I'm scared.
Chirp, 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 chirp. I know what topic, man.
I know the moment I start talking.
That's why I stopped talking for a while.
But to go ahead, I'm just scared. Because you guys are professionals and you want to move things forward.
Finish the thought. You're excited for the adventures.
Yes. I'm excited for the adventure.
Okay.
So that's the news with big... Redacted. So that's the news. All right, so that's it for that time.
19. So we also had like 2-3 minutes.
So 10.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
All right, so that's it for that topic. What are we at on time, Malachi?
19. So we also had like 2-3 minutes.
So 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
Malachi.
Yeah. Duh.
Malachi, but what topic are we missing?
Getting the flip out of here.
No, but it's not time yet, because once this is edited, it's going to be like 12 minutes.
Looks like I know what I'm talking about.
Getting the flip out of here.
No, but it's not time yet, because once this is edited, it's going to be like 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
Sure.
Go.
Okay. I am curious, out of those of you watching this stream, how many of you are at work, sort of watching out of the corner of your eye? How many of you are at home? How many of you are watching on your phones? It's, you know, it's fascinating to me. I tend to watch some streams while I'm at work getting stuff done. But my work is I teach at a university, so it's not like I'm watching it while I'm teaching. That's an
Speaks Sylvan, and he helped them understand the speaks.
I'm gonna have to come back and edit this because I told Tristan
and went down beneath.
Briefly tell us about D&D, and he took about 5 minutes. That's not inherently wrong. But the issue was simply coming up with the right words for a summary. That means I have to come in and sort of glean, if you will. That is a sound.
He rolled a critical.
Shot it.
He rolled a critical.
Okay, good flow of thought here.
And then one of.
Okay. That's a so.
So. Sure.
Oh.
Wish they wouldn't do that. What is that?
And.
Oh, and. My third least favorite word in a podcast. And I'm the worst about it. Everyone else, it's and
Yeah.
What is this? An S sound?
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. Awesome. Sounds like crazy. Back.
Oh, boy.
What we got here?
I'm see.
No doubt some of this still needs to get cut because we were trying to coordinate how to account for my delay.
Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
No, don't overwhelm me, Malachi.
No, I'm gonna do stuff on the server and get some cool stuff set. Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds.
What's nice is that we have grown so accustomed to the editing process that we can prepare for all that. You know, we had something that we need to fix, so we pause for a second, we fix it, we keep going. It's all sound bites. I was able to employ that pretty smoothly when I started a Magic the Gathering news podcast. We just knew that the sound bites were important. Back to what we were doing. which is I'm actually going to do a listening pass through the episode to fix all the issues. I guess I'll just start from the beginning.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the Player 4 podcast.
Hello, I am Tristan, aka Shopperseer on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Alex, aka Chaos Black.
I'm Malachi, aka Suki Kiba.
And I'm Joseph, aka Jay Dunlap.
Yay. Alex, what happened? You, got through Chaos Black, and then we all kind of waited for the 21.
I said it.
It came at the end. It did.
There was, this long pause on 21.
That was a internet thing that for some reason broke up off to a great start.
Hey, the gang's all here.
Our topics for today, or should I say the trick?
Gang's all here.
Our topics for today, or should I say the triptychs? We wish to throw back to last week's episode, the non-NDA stuff from the Community Summit that Joseph wanted to talk about. Mal got a new car, and Big Bite has an announcement that Joseph will grace our ears with. So why don't we start with Mal's new car, actually? That seems like a short topic.
It's going to be very short. So I, unfortunately, had to buy my new car finally, because I think...
Gang's all here.
Last week's episode. Our topics for episode, the non-NDA stuff from the Community Summit that grace our ears with. So why don't we start with Mal's new car, actually? That seems like a short topic.
It's going to be very short. So I, unfortunately, had to buy my new car finally. Because I think a couple podcasts ago we talked about the tree falling on my car. It was unfortunate. I want to burn all trees now. And I've got a new
That's abrupt with the way the editing worked.
trees now. And I've got a new 2009.
He smacked.
And I've got a new 2009 Honda Accord LXS. It is very nice. Pristine interior, but the outside has a bit of rust that I have to get worked on. But I got it for a good price, so I'm happy. I feel a little relieved, but stressed out that I have a new car, because I'm afraid something's going to happen to
I
it.
feel happy.
You guys get to see what happens with bad internet.
Happy.
It's a very mixed emotions, lovely. And a fun little fact. And a fun little fact is it's stick shift. I am driving manual.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I don't mind it.
Who's Manuel?
God.
Oh my gosh. Wait, did we do the theme song?
Malachi's Meanderings?
Yeah.
It's Malachi's Meanderings. That actually lined up a little better than expected.
All right, Malachi, and I have to go through all that again.
Nope, I quit. I'm leaving. Not talking to you guys anymore.
I quit. I quit.
All right, what's the other bloody topic we're talking about?
Joseph wanted to go back and talk about the community summit that he went to.
Yes. And I just wanted to point out for anyone who maybe has missed the past few episodes, my internet is absolute poop. And all that stuff just and all that stuff and all that stuff just now where we were able to time really well was me just taking a stab about when people would be done talking or when Tristan would start singing. So
Joseph's internet is shitting on everybody.
Bleep.
bleep. Yes, just like Alex in Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Goodness gracious.
All right. So the day before RTX,
Weird.
So
Sounds like a T. General Tso's chicken.
all right. So
There
the
we
day before RTX, the admins of most of the Rooster Teeth community groups were invited to a summit. This was achieved through an invitation from the Discord server called RT World, which is solely for the admins of from the Discord server called RT World, which is solely for the admins of the community. I was informed of this when Joe of Big Bytes said, "You are going to join the Discord. You are going to the community summit." Sound familiar? So the summit was
compromised.
The summit was hosted by Chelsea. Right. I did compromise. I did compromise. Editing magic will fix that.
Go on.
The summit was hosted by Chelsea Atkinson. Anyone who's listened to this podcast for a few months probably remembers her appearance on our podcast. And Jackie, aka Geeky Fried Rice, formerly of RT Las Vegas. Geeky Fried Rice, aka Geeky Fried Rice.
That was not organic. Here we go.
AKA Geeky Fried Rice, formerly of RT Las Vegas and now the community manager for Rooster Teeth. I did sign a non-disclosure agreement about some of the things that we were told and heard. We were told and heard and saw, but I will give a short summary. We'll give a short summary for those who are curious about the future of the Rooster Teeth community.
The reason I'm talking the way I am in this episode is because I'm aware if I talk too fast, it overwhelms the data coming through Skype back and forth, so I'm making sure to send as little data per second as possible by slowing down.
Curious about the future of the Rooster Teeth community and its
remember that thing I said about G's? TH's as well.
Of the Rooster Teeth community and its websites. I've gone over my head for the past almost 2 weeks, making sure I don't say anything I'm not supposed to say because they were vague about what we were supposed to not say. But the long and short of it is they've heard us with a D, not a T. They've oh, ding, 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 ding. They've heard our complaint with a D, not a T.
Thanks, Tristan.
They've heard us. They've heard our complaints. They know that
the H's and G's, we tend to go, ooh.
They know that our complaints are complaints. They know that our complaints are well-founded concerning rolling out a new website into
Interesting.
Rolling out a new website and disappearing for 3 years.
Doing that fade out thing.
A new website and disappearing for 3 years, which corresponds which corresponds directly with when the podcast was about half a year old. They've hired an entirely new
What is that?
They've hired an entirely new team, and their entire goal is to fix. They've hired an entirely new team, and their entire goal is to fix it, and is to fix it. And they don't intend to roll something out and then disappear for 3 years. Disappear for 3 years. They intend to get feedback. They intend to get feedback and implement that feedback and continue to do so and fix the website. Not only that, but the new community team, partially comprised of formerly community members, are dedicated to be.
What if I can make that say formal?
Partially comprised of formal community members,
yes,
are dedicated to being more in tune with what the community wants and what the community's feeling. And the new president of Rooster Teeth that came from Fullscreen and has recently moved to Austin, Ezra Cooperstein, is just wholly dedicated to the community because he's very, very passionate about it. He only had heard of the community and had heard of the community and Rooster Teeth and all of that a few years back, but he's just become enamored. I suppose, with that dynamic that Rooster Teeth has. It's been emphasized over and over, not just at the summit, but also with the Q&A roundtable that Matt V and I went to for Big Bite, that Rooster Teeth considers itself part of the community. And they consider the community part of Rooster Teeth. And the issue is, it hasn't felt like it, and they're trying to fix that. So I can't go into specifics about what's going to happen, but I am going to tell you that they have hired basically an entirely new team on the tech side and on the liaison side with the community. With the community side with the community.
Here's a teaching moment for anyone watching.
Community.
Hear that click? Here's how we fix that. We make the sound waves line up. Downward curve. A little bit further. Downward curve. Should fix it.
with the community, and they're listening to us, and they're trying to implement change.
I've always had the impression that Rooster Teeth was purely made as a community thing and then branched into what it is now.
When it started off, it was when it started off when it started off, it was just a few guys in a living room recording voice acting over a Halo. A few guys in a living room recording voice acting over a Halo backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't so much community until they made their website and people joined the website. And then from there, it was just sort of their buddies, basically, people they chatted with regularly.
Yeah, so more just... Yeah, so more just a community.
So in a way, you're actually kind of right.
Yeah, it was their personal community, but it was a community.
So guys, thoughts on all that news? Thoughts on all that news? On all that news from the summit?
Can we dovetail that?
On all that news from the summit?
I'm
I'm a fan of it.
On all that news from the summit?
I'm excited that they're going to be working more on the community side of the website. I know from talking with some of the engineers who are working on the website itself that the focus thus far has been on the video streaming and getting their video libraries up to date, but they are aware that there is a lot of demand from the user base, from the community, that the community side of the site be brought up to speed and made usable. So honestly, out of all of it, that's my biggest takeaway, is that that's finally going to get some attention.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that it seems to be more serious, I guess, because in the past it was always the community would come with pitchforks and torches and talk about like the community would come with pitchforks and torches and talk about just start complaining, and then they'd be like, all right, no, things are changing, aren't showing any change. Aren't showing any change. Aren't showing any change, but don't worry, it's changing. And then everyone would die down and be like, all right, they're going to fix it. And then it would just go away until swept under the rug, it seemed like, until we started complaining again. But now with the summit, at least,
it is picking up on the master audio as well as the built-in microphone. I don't know if that's causing an echo. Please tell me if there's an echo.
Yeah, you made a reference that got redacted. Reference that got redacted last week, Alex, to Saturday Night, Barlympics, Side Quest, and group chat. But another highlight from that night was the Big Bite group chat, where we sort of spur of the moment decided we would start a D&D group. And through the course of that conversation, one of the artists from our panel said that if we had one, that she would draw things. I don't know, maybe it's like so-called fan art, or maybe it's a comic or something inspired by the D&D game. To be published in the magazine. So we're trying to get the wheels spinning on this, get our group put together, and decide the logistics. The logistics. I'm thinking like an hour a week, like a podcast, whether or not we record. whether or not we record, because then that gives a lot of material for the artist or the artist or the artist for the artist, or maybe even an hour a month, because even then it's 3 hours of material for the artist to draw, or an episode a month or an episode a week. We got to figure it out if we're going to do it. An episode a month or an episode a week. We got to figure it out if we're going to do an audio format or art, but it's kind of exciting because I haven't done D&D since Tristan's game. And I want to situate it on a night that doesn't do all. But if it's once a week, even a deal. You guys know I'm lazy with my editing.
All the lazy.
I have no cut of it. It's one. I can do all the things I've got to do. But if it's once a month or if it's once a week, even, it's not that big of a deal because you guys know me. And I want to situate it on a night that doesn't conflict with anything so that I can do all the things I've got to do. But if it's once a month or if it's once a week, even, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a even. It's not that big of a deal because you guys know me. I've gotten lazy with my editing.
All the lazy.
Except when I'm not.
Lazy. Redacted. So that's the news with Big Bites. I'm excited for the adventures that will be had. I have no idea what the adventure will be about. I just know that it should prove to be interesting. Maybe Tristan and I can coordinate some sort of crossover. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so that's it for that. Coordinate some sort of crossover. I don't know. We'll see. All right, so that's it for that topic. What are we at on time, Malachi?
19. So we also had like 2-3 minutes.
So 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was right.
Malachi, but what topic are we missing?
Getting the flip out of here.
No, but it's not time yet because once this is edited, it's gonna be like 12 minutes.
Short could be good.
That's all you wanted to do.
Nice short podcast.
Yeah, I was gonna bring two more things up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna bring two more things up. Bring two more things up.
Okay.
Oh.
Two more things up. Bring two more things up.
Okay.
Bring two more things up.
Okay.
Bring two more things. I was gonna bring two more things up.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, even though we try to be brief with the D&D, I was gonna ask Tristan something about his D&D game.
Ask and I will answer.
All right, Tristan, how's your D&D game? How's your D&D game been going? Is anything exciting? Give us a highlight of what's happened this month.
The highlight of what's happened this month, I think, would be actually last night's session, which was our first in 2 weeks.
How's your D&D?
Actually last night's session, which was source of 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the group has been trying to find and root out the source of 2 weeks, the group has been trying to find and root out the source of really bad magic that's been mind controlling everyone in this small town. They got led out of the town on a ruse. Trying to get them to kill a unicorn who they managed to speak to only because one of their members speaks Sylvan, and he helped them understand the situation a little bit better. So they ran back into the town and went down beneath the mayor's house, and it was this series of perfectly cut spherical chambers in the stone with no way of climbing between them because of their arrangement. So the group is like doing this whole rope trick. So the group is like doing this whole rope trick thing where they're trying to lower themselves into different places, and they've just defeated a beholder-like creature that kept mimicking. Creature that kept mimicking the things they said at them, and on here. So they turned one of the party members invisible, and he ran in and just started like throwing things off of shelves, opening and closing doors, saying terrifyingly menacing things in people's ears until everybody ran out of the building screaming.
That was pretty funny. That was a fun scene.
Yeah. So yeah, that was last night's session. That was definitely a highlight.
Sweet, awesome. Sounds like crazy shenanigans continue.
There's no end to the shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
And there's one
Shenanigans.
And there's one last thing I was going to bring up, which is concerning a post that went out. A post that went out on our social media, on our Twitter this past week, because Alex and I have started to schedule our posts and coordinate and get our social media, filled with memes, as you do.
Dank memes.
And there was one I threw up there. I don't know if you guys memes, as you do.
Dank memes. Dank memes.
And there was one. And there was one I threw up there.
Games.
And there was one I threw up. And there was one I threw up there. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was a Morpheus saying, "What if I told you P4Craft is coming back?"
I saw it.
Are you telling me that P4Craft is coming back?
I'm telling you that I'm going to transfer the files from my computer. Files from my computer to my work computer where I still have Premiere over there, and I'm going to attempt to see what editing work I can get done on files from my computer to my work computer where I still have files from my computer where I still have Premiere over there, and I'm going to have Premiere and I'm going to Premiere and I'll have Premiere, and I'm going to attempt to see what editing work I can get done on the P4Craft recording session that we. The P4Craft recording session that we did the last time we were recording.
Remember that thing I told you? G's, D's, and TH's?
The last time we were recording. Last time we were recording P4Craft. We were recording P4Craft.
Does that mean we need to get games ready? Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
No, don't overwhelm me, Malachi.
No.
Don't overwhelm me, Malachi.
No, I'm gonna do stuff on the server and get some cool stuff set up for us to do. I can do that. Tristan and I can work on
I mean,
stuff.
you guys can coordinate if you want to. I'm just going to focus on getting this hour 45 recording session.
It's too long. Guy, that's Tristan in the chat.
On getting this hour 45 recording session knocked out because that's really been the obstacle between me and getting that edited.
Oh, all right. But we're gonna do some more, maybe. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I would love to. Love to.
Sounds good. I'm excited. Let's do some P4 crafting.
Yes.
What time is it?
It's time to get the flip out of here.
Let's get the flip out of here.
You almost sound like a boost.
Yeah.
Hey Tristan, you're here for the very tail end of this editing session.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night, guys.
Oh boy.
Good night, everyone.
Hashtag goodbye.
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 Alex.
Joseph.
Alex.
Joseph.
So there was a Caboose cosplayer. Did you see him at RTX?
No, I did not, because I don't know. There's a lot of people in armor, and I
It
was
was a
too
friend of
busy-
Matt.
And I was. And I
It
was
was a
too
friend
busy-
of Matt V's.
Oh,
He did this thing where he put his helmet on and did a spot-on Caboose impression.
that's too bad. I wish I would have seen that, because I would have enjoyed
Yeah, all I
that.
could think about was he and Alex would have a good time. Being Caboose together.
Are
would be
you
like,
my
oh, no,
long
two
lost brother?
cabooses.
Oopsies.
Oh my god.
How's it going, Tristan? Having a good day? Ugh. Got this done. How long have I been streaming? Nice. From the download of the file to export, it's a 16, almost 17-minute episode. We're talking just under 2 hours. I'm proud of that, considering the hurdles that were involved with my poopy internet. One day we'll be so popular. I'm good. One day we'll be so popular that we don't have to edit anymore. We can just sit in a room with a built-in microphone on a computer with a fan, and we can just like mumble and have long periods of silence, and people will still listen to us. So here's the part where we go to, for those of you who are watching this, to learn the process. And the next thing I do is I go to our Google Drive. Yes, Tristan, it's going to happen. We're going to become so famous that we cannot try and people will still listen to us. Okay. Podcast downloads. That was 151. Yep, there it is. Upload files. There we go here, 152. Now post to the group me that we have 151. Had to do it today because Wait, that's not the same. Because I am leaving town tomorrow, and I didn't have time to do this tomorrow. Baffles me some people are such a low. I'm with you, Tristan. I don't understand. Gina was watching astronomy. We're listening to an astronomy podcast, and she was like, I don't understand how people listen to this. It's terrible. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Just under 2 hours, did the full process of editing a short podcast. Needless to say, it's a lot longer for a longer podcast, but also the issue of the Skype delay was something we had to work around, and there were some cuts we knew we needed to make. I hope everyone enjoyed. It looked like we topped out at 5. That's pretty nice, considering just editing a podcast. But that's it. We're done. Thanks for coming out and watching me edit. It was fun. Maybe I'll put this on our channel for patrons only or something. All right. Bye-bye.